Lvline 1-800-LOVE-191, a striker, along with Dr. Drew. And Incubus is here. Mikey, Brandon, and Jose. And, one of the best live bands you will see these days. And they're going to be back on the road. Everyone's very excited about that. Kicking it off in 07, January 5th. Thanks for going straight to Canada. We appreciate that. But then you're going to go directly south to Seattle, hit Portland, San Fran, San Diego, and, of course, all over the United States, ending up in mid-April out in London.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yes.
How is that going out to London? Is
London's
it fun? Is it more work than fun? Is it more fun than work? Or is it like playing out here in the States?
It's great. We actually were just there a couple weeks ago. Was it even that long ago? Mm-hmm. And we played a small show there.
Yeah.
And it was actually one of the first places that was really, really receptive to us. Like when we first started touring, one of the first major tours that we ever did was in England and in Europe, and London was like one of the very first places where we started to really gain a following. So I think it was one of the first places we ever played outside of our hometown where we had like a show sold out in advance. Like I remember,
that's cool.
We had a little club show in London. It was like a 200-seat club.
The Underground?
Underworld?
The Borderline.
Oh, the Borderline.
And I remember
the kids were coming on stage and singing with us. Remember?
Yeah, it was so much fun. It was they're great over there. We love going to England to play.
How often do you guys argue or not argue when you're making this particular record?
All the time.
Oh, it is all the time.
Yeah.
In terms of what? I don't really like that music, or those lyrics aren't that good, or what kind of arguing is it?
Well, we just everybody's got their creative opinions, and we're all opinionated people, so naturally sometimes we clash in our opinions, but we just wrestle and
we grease up all torso.
Yeah.
Roman Greco style. We deal with things like the Romans did
load up,
with each other.
We wrestle.
Yeah.
And then but we always work it out one way or another.
And do you guys ever talk about, all right, in this record we want to make it a little harder, edgier?
We could do that, but I don't think it would serve any purpose. They're literally like collages and puzzles that we're just putting together, and the only time we can ever really hear what they sound like is when they're finished, and you can kind of take a step away from it and then see it like as a whole. It's really kind of a bizarre process.
I wonder what would happen if we did a concept album.
It'd probably suck.
Should we try it?
Maybe.
Yeah, let's try it.
We've sucked before. Why not again?
Yeah, okay.
I wouldn't go that far. You're a tremendous slouch. Brandon, what about when it comes to songwriting? Because, you guys have gone through a lot in your lives in the last 10 years, whether it was girlfriends and breakups and maybe getting more money and bigger tours and this and that and this. So when you're writing your lyrics, is it at all more difficult to be inspired?
I have been finding it easier and easier to write as I get older. In that I feel like I'm just becoming more comfortable with what I do and what I am as a person, but also as an artist and as a writer and stuff like that. And so I have actually been coming up with things that I enjoy with more of a quickness than ever before. Like I used to toil over things a lot more when I was younger, and now I really like concentrating on something that has a sense of purity to it. If something feels right, then I'll chase it. If it doesn't feel right, I'll put it away. And it's always a process, but I feel like I'm still growing as a lyricist and as a singer.
You ever look at stuff that you put away?
Occasionally.
And see, what is this?
Does
Maybe
that
it's better than
there?
I thought.
Sometimes, because sometimes you just, you'll put something away for a year or two, and then you look back at it and you're like, oh, I get that now, and then you rework it. Yeah, definitely. We do that with musical ideas too, riffs and stuff. There'll be something that Michael wrote, and it's like, yeah, it's pretty cool, and then something else distracts us, and we'll work on another song, and then like a year later we'll come back to be like, what's that?
And I'll go, I told you.
Yep, I told you that was awesome.
1-800-LOVE-191 is the number. That's Incubus. Their CD, Like Grenades, came out yesterday, highly anticipated, and people are excited to get that thing. Leslie in Seattle, you're 20. Sorry for making you wait a bit. Go ahead.
No, that's okay, guys. Hey, first I just wanted to say that Incubus, you guys are coming to Seattle on the 6th of January.
Yippee.
So stoked. You don't even have any idea.
Well, now we do.
Yeah, I'm so excited. Anyway, so...
Sorry, I'm just playing.
But anyway, I don't like you guys anymore.
I got a little question for you guys. Okay, 20 years old, working all the time, going to school, just trying to make it through. And my real big question for you guys is that I seem to be drawn to people extremely older than myself, like twice my age.
Dr. Drew.
In like, late 30s, early 40s.
And you're 20?
Yeah.
Early 30s, I'd say that's fine.
No,
40
late
and
30s.
Late 30s.
Early 40s.
Do you, what's your history like with your father?
Thank you.
The thing
Well
is,
done. Well done.
I listen to you guys all the time, and I know that I'm supposed to, catch a red flag.
That's not the question. Come on.
There's nothing. I can't remember anything ever.
You don't know your dad? You don't know your dad?
No, I know my dad.
And you have a good relationship with him?
Did
I have a great relationship.
Did your family break apart at one time?
No, they're still together going
They're still together. There's a flip side of this, which is, I don't know if I can make this generalization or not, but sometimes, well, first of all, older men, particularly in their early to mid-30s, are suddenly coming back down to earth. You know what I mean? They're becoming human beings again. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
It's okay.
But, you know what I mean? Yeah, we all know what we're talking about here. I mean, men are sort of under the influence of a drug from the age of 15 to mid-30s. And that drug is testosterone. Yeah, it affects their thinking, their motivation.
God, make it stop, please.
Yeah, and really, it's a lot. It's really something. And as such, men become more interested in the kinds of things you may want from men, and so they're sort of better mates. There's sort of a reason for this. Now, the problem is that they may be in an entirely different phase of their life than you. How old are you again?
I'm 20.
You might just be more mature than the average 20-year-old.
Just make sure you don't get involved with somebody really until you're in your mid to late 20s.
Yeah,
then it makes perfect sense.
Make sure they're not married and all kinds of stuff.
Right.
Guys do all kinds of shady things like that.
Do you date guys your own age? Have fun with guys your own age, hang out, but ultimately that kind of interest in the guys in their early to mid-30s may not be a bad thing.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? As long as you don't become obsessed with these guys now, because to insist on getting involved permanently with a guy that's 15 years older, that can create problems.
Yeah, but here's another thing to kind of throw into it. It's kind of ironic you said people who are married because they're usually spoken for.
Oh, there's something going on.
Yeah, that's a problem.
There's something going on
here.
That's
a problem.
What do I need to be looking for?
You know what? Well, you're looking
for people who are not married.
Yeah, you're looking for somebody who's unavailable, a conquest. And this may be just part of your 18 to 22 little transition thing. If you're still doing this in a couple of years, then worry about it.
Okay.
Again, women are sort of sorting things out from about 18 to 22, and they make lots of bad choices and move on to better choices. If you get stuck in this mode, I would look into it, definitely.
Okay.
But the bottom line is, too, you don't want to be that girl. You don't want to be the girl that is,
the home wrecker
stepping into a situation, and ruining potentially
a
familial situation for somebody.
The guy's going to be exploiting you for the most part. I mean, the guy's looking for a 20-year-old. When you're in your mid to late 30s, look around at the guys that are dating 20-year-olds, you'll vomit.
Plus, the girl is not even going to really know that he's taken for unless he makes a huge mistake when they're hanging out. Yeah. Because he's doing this completely on the DL.
Right.
Or you can just come to L.A. to Holmby Hills and go out with Hugh Hefner.
Yeah.
He's 80.
Is he? And he's not 80.
He is. He's at his 80th birthday party.
And he lives in his pajamas.
Yes, he does. With 3 blondes with huge knockers.
Crazy. That guy's really, really awesome.
Jesus. It's so good, man. All right, let's talk to Nina in Pasadena. What's going on? You're on Lvline with Incubus.
Hi.
Hey, Nina.
Hi.
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Good. Well, I definitely want to take this opportunity to say that you guys are my favorite band, and you guys definitely better the lives of your fans, including me and my friends. So I always said if I got a chance to talk to you, I would say that. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
But I'm calling regarding the song Earth to Bella. I think it's definitely one of my favorite tracks. I heard it for the first time when I saw you guys in Portland.
Oh, yeah.
It was a really small show. And I heard it, and when the album came out, I obviously noticed that it was split into 2, and I was just wondering, what the inspiration or purpose was behind that, and if you guys are going to perform it split up, or what's up with that?
Most likely we will perform it in 2 different pieces. It offers a really cool opportunity to explore that dynamic in the live forum, too. What she's referring to on our new record, there's a 2-part song that it sort of bookends the record. It happens... The first part of Earth to Bella happens in the middle of the record, and then the end song on the record is Earth to Bella Part 2. It started off as just Part 1, and then in working with our producer Brendan, he got this really fantastico idea to make
Rubio, fantastical.
Earth to Bella Part 2, and he was he literally handed Michael a guitar